Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival. The sun is about to come up and my base is in. In the last episode I took on the big task of closing off this volcano and I managed to do so, but once I placed on the base it was having structural integrity issues. So I took on an even more colossal task, which was to remove about half of the volcano, and it seems to be sitting much better. I flattened the whole thing out and it still has a little bit of a hole in the middle, which I could use to make the impression that I have a mine down there. It's not completely textured, but I think it's looking pretty cool. It has the height that I wanted, a little bit above ground, and there's no connection to the ground floor down there. There are no enemies here on this planet, any factions. I don't have any defenses, but I could definitely use these pillars to put in a few turrets. I think they will look kinda cool. But now I'm gonna transfer a bunch of stuff into the base and I'm gonna start to craft some things. I just need the sun to come up because I have no fuel tanks here. I'm flying my AlocsaV and as you can see now it's sitting much better than it was before. Okay, the batteries are starting to charge, but it's not that great. I'm gonna have to see after this day is over if the average output increases, because this is not gonna be enough to run both constructors. Not even one. But okay, let me show you inside then. So this is the base. It's still not textured, but I have all the essentials. I got two advanced constructors. I got this 320k container control. I got the fridge, the bed with a nice view, and the food processor. I have O2 station, even though this planet is breathable. I also have repair station in Armaloka. And in here I have some O2 storage, capacitors, the core, and this is a tier 2 base. It has this amount of stuff, and definitely the output is not that great. This star is actually pretty good. It has 25 of luminosity, but maybe the planet is just a little too far away from it. But I really enjoy the view that I have around here. So this will be the base that I'm gonna use as support to bring in my new ship, which is already under construction. So I have 15 solar panels here. I built this in creative and then I just added these little things. It kind of gives the impression that I can lift off the solar panels and bring them down. That's the idea, at least. And I have these things here. When it's fully textured, it's gonna look a little bit better. And also I have still the whole of the volcano here, and I might try to do something here just to give it a little bit of RP value. I think it's looking pretty cool. It's a small little thing, simple thing, but the location is just super sweet. I really enjoy this place. In the Dagonaut, since I don't have that great output in terms of solar, I think I'm gonna craft a tier 2 tank. Let's see if I had them here. Yeah, let's put it this one because I can fit it inside. And because I would like to transfer the contents of the fridge into this thing. But the output is just not that great. It's a little bit higher, but it's taking a long time to recharge the battery, so I'm gonna put in a fuel tank just as a precautionary measure, because I have a lot of food in the Dagonaut that I would prefer to not lose all of this. And I also have some things here that I would prefer to keep, because I would definitely like to turn off the Dagonaut to save some fuel. So I'm gonna have to waste fuel anyway, at least as a safety measure in case the solar power goes out. Because in the devices we can actually turn off the repair station, for example, because it seems like it consumes 150 PU. I turned it off, but with it off I can still use it. For example, I fixed the drill before and I can still fix stuff with the repair station with it turned off. It's not active, and I'm not sure why that is, but a few other things I can't do much. For example, the medic station takes fuel, but I can't turn it off. The O2 station is the same thing. And I'm not sure, but I believe even the large O2 tank should take some consumption, energy and 5 PU, but I can't turn it off. So there's a lot of things here that consume power, and since I don't have a lot, of course the constructors are off, the food processor too, but these ones are kinda easy to turn off. The fridge I really don't want to turn off for obvious reasons, and yeah, I have to do a little bit of work in here, but let's see if the Dagonaut has the thing done already. The fuel tank. Let's see, can I pick it up? I can. So I'm gonna just place it in. Later on, I might go into creative and add this fuel tank to this station because of this situation. If someone brings it in and we just don't have enough solar power, at least we can have the fuel tank and it's gonna stay right here. We can access it anyway, so it should be okay. Let's see, can I reach the diagonal from here? No. And I have to go outside. And let's put in some fuel into it. A Dagonaut. Let's go into the misc box. Let's see how many I can grab. That should be okay. Let's see if this works like this. Fill all. It does. So how many do I still have? Still got 26. So I think I'm gonna store some here in this box. And it should be okay. So at least if the solar continues to not be enough, at least I know that I'm gonna have fuel for a little bit. And let's see, what does it say in terms of power left? 33 hours. So I think it should be okay. So I think I'm gonna go back, bring everything from the Dagonaut into this ship here, in terms of fridge. And all of these things, let's keep him in. Because another thing, I don't have a food processor in the Dagonaut. So I'm also gonna use this base here with the food processor to craft some food, some meds, stuff like that. There you go. So this is just the med box, so I don't really need to... none of this spoils. I don't know why I have some ammo there, but let's put it in the right place. And I used to have also a bunch of stone on all these boxes because I had too much and I didn't want to throw it out. So now I do have some room because I already transferred a bunch of stuff into this little base, most of the stone actually. And in terms of resources, unfortunately, this planet is not that great. It just has the basic stuff and some promethium, but outside I do have a bunch of asteroid fields that do have some nice resources. Ice, sathium, aluminum, pentaxid, all kinds of stuff. And I also have this lava moon here, which is quite close to me, and if I'm not mistaken, might have... no, it doesn't have the rare stuff, the iracium, the zascosium, but I already have a bunch of iracium, and oh, but there it is. This one has a couple zascosiums and iracium, so this system is not too bad in terms of resources. Doesn't have a lot of planets, but it actually is not too bad. I'm consuming 162. If I turn the food processor, it goes to 182. So currently I'm having 867, so I can take the advantage of that. But that's the thing, that's the power the food processor uses in idle. When it starts working and producing food and stuff, it's gonna use more. Yeah, it's gonna use up 300 PU. But the output is actually pretty okay right now. It's much better than it was in the start of the day, so I think I'm gonna take this opportunity to craft some meds and some food. Convert a bunch of this stuff, you know, because these are just natural resources and I could definitely convert a lot of it. So let's see what I have in the Dagonaut in terms of meds and stuff. It's this one. Let's go to the med box. So in terms of injections, I'm doing okay. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more of this antibiotic, and I'm definitely gonna do a lot more health packs because that's mostly what I use. Health packs and bandages. These boxes are kind of rare, that's why I have that many. I might try to craft a little bit more of these yellow ones. And everything else I think it should be okay, so definitely I'm gonna do as much as I can of this one and a little bit more bandages, some red ones and some yellow boxes. But in fact I'm missing a little bit of resources inside the fridge. So I have the plant fiber, but I'm gonna need stone dust. And I'm also gonna need other things. Let me just see if I can remember what I need. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need also elemental pentaxid. So let's actually craft some into the fridge, some stuff. For example, let's start by making some stone dust, and I think 200 stone dust should be enough. And on the other one, let's make a little bit more plant fiber. Like 300 plant fiber should be okay. I also don't have water. I'm gonna need a bunch of it, so I might try to find some water here on this planet, even though it doesn't have a lot. As you can see, this moon is a little bit strange, because I guess it's because it's a moon. It doesn't have a lot of water sources, but I do have a few of them over there, so I might try to go and place down a few water generators. I have Pentaxid in the Dagonaut, so I'm gonna have to transfer a little bit into here. So this is the solar base. Let's go here. Let's put some there. There you go. And now I should be able to do some elemental Pentaxid. So I think I'm gonna do maybe 50. Because to craft a few things, I need all of this. For example, the alien plasma tier 6. I need nitrocellulose and eggs. Unfortunately, I don't think I can craft the eggs. Yeah. That's the thing that I'm gonna be missing. But at least, yeah, because the health pack also takes that thing. Or at least for the time being, let's start making some of this. And let me see, what else would I be? The alien thorn, yeah, I need some nitrocelluloses, which I have here. Solar base fridge, so let's put some nitrocelluloses there. 2000 is way too much. I think 500, even less. There you go. And let's eat something. And there you go. I think I should be able to do a little bit more. There you go, I can do the alien thorn, because I need the alien thorn for this thing. But the T6 plasma is the problem. I can't really craft the eggs, can I? I don't think so. Yeah, it's what I'm lacking. There are dinosaurs in this planet, but again, some of them don't drop eggs, and the ones that do don't drop them every single time, so it can be a little bit lengthy to actually collect a bunch of eggs. What I could do is actually go to a trader and see if if one of them actually sells eggs. I'm gonna try to look for that, because it's quite apparent that that's the thing that's gonna keep me down in the mad production. And let me check, why do I need the elemental Pentaxid? I thought I needed it for something. Is it for the injections? I was sure I needed elemental Pentaxid. Maybe it's for the tier 6. Alien parts, nitrocellulose, no. I don't need elemental Pentaxid for this. Promethium mushroom crushed stone. Yeah, I'm not sure why I need the elemental Pentaxid here. I thought I did, but what I do need is some promethium to do the fire more scrappings and stuff, and also some stone. But I can't put too much because I don't have a lot of room there. Jesus, yeah, it's already pretty much full. So I do have a few meds here. Oh, I can reach it from here. Oh, I know I can't. Oh, goddamn. So I found why I need the elemental Pentaxid is to do the alien thorn. I knew I needed it for something. There it is, the alien thorn. So now I have the ability to do Conferi scrappings and fire scrappings. If I had Nutri Solution, I could also do this thing, but that should be okay. And yeah, the only problem really is the eggs. So let's turn off the food processor. And let's turn it off here, and let's take another look at the stats here. So now the output is quite nice, but the average is not going up too much. So I think I'm gonna try to leave it recharge as much as I can, because my new ship is coming along. And I'm gonna need a bunch of 15 mil. The other ammo, the space ammo, still have a lot of it in the Dagonaut. I haven't used it too much. So what I'm really gonna need is 15 mil, because I would like to attack some ground POIs. And I'm still not sure if I'm gonna go back to the Wastelanders, the Ark or the Dash or whichever. But I definitely like to go for both. The thing is, the Dagonaut is much powerful to go for space battle. The one that I'm bringing in, the ALM gunship, is not that powerful for space. But he has the ability to fight in both places, while the Dagonaut doesn't really have a chance to fight in the atmosphere. So that's why I want to bring the other one, because I will be able to fight in space and in the atmosphere with that ship. I was also thinking about placing in another fridge here, which because I have a lot of vegetables and stuff like that, and a lot of these things were actually caught in the chapter 11, that mission in that frozen planet where the Talon were. That's where I got most of these things that I have here. And since I don't have a food processor in the Dagonaut, I still have all of it. But yeah, oh yeah, look at that. Sometimes it's just nice to stop a little bit and take a look at the view. I do have a nice view over here. The ship is still 2 hours to go, so since I already transferred everything to the fridge, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and sleep a few hours. And let's see if I still have power. Yeah, I still have power in the batteries, so it should be okay. But I think I forgot to turn off the Dagonaut. Yeah, I turned off this one, but I think I left the Dagonaut on. So I think I'm gonna have to sleep again. So as you can see, I'm flying the SV in third person. I just pushed it way out, you know, like this. So it kind of gives the impression that I'm inside the cockpit. Because inside the cockpit the visibility is not that great. But like this is much better. And if I turn everything off in the UI, look at that. That's the way to fly an SV. Pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing it this way. Maybe with the shield on, so that I can see what I'm doing. But let's just go down here. And I already tried in a few aliens to shoot and stuff. The bullets actually go where the crosshair is with this setup like this. So let's see how the Dagonaut is doing. Okay, so it still has a bunch of stuff. So let's just turn it off. And there we go. Pretty cool to fly like this. Gonna have to get used to it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna turn this one off too. I still have some power, but of course now it's nighttime. But I hope that in due time, daytime should come. There's a lot of times. And I should keep the base powered up with the fuel that I got. So the blueprint is done. And I still have power for 31 hours. I used up a little bit of fuel, but it's not too bad. What it was good for is that it kept me with the fridge working. Because I ran out of power in the batteries. So yeah. It's definitely hard to... and I think the average is a little bit lower than it was before. It's going up a little bit. Still have power for 31. Now it's running on fuel. But okay, not too bad. Now the question is, where am I gonna put that big CV? Because it's not that small, but I can show it already. So let's just bring it in. I also crafted myself one of these. It's one of those things that I built myself on another playthrough as a small fridge mini base with 3 solar panels. And I actually decided to place down this one because I needed the crafting. So I kinda needed a full base, but the fridge mini base that I have here is basically just a fridge with some solar panels, because in case I wanted to come to a planet to drop some stuff in the fridge and sleep for a few hours to bring in a new ship, I wouldn't need anything else, you know. I can sleep in the bed in the ship, turn the ship off, place everything in this fridge, and by the time that I wake up, maybe after a couple of times, I would have my new ship in, and I could just transfer everything back and leave that thing over there. That's the idea of this fridge mini base. But let me show you this ship right here. It's based on LMG, basically. It's basically a weapon that I modified. They're created from scratch. I'm saying I modified because the initial idea is an actual LMG, and I modified the idea to be a proper ship, and I think it looks pretty cool. The cockpit is actually over there where the scope is. In front there's a bunch of thrusters. Actually it's just one, because this is the main version, because I built a smaller version with smaller thrusters, and it has big thrusters. It's completely made out of carbon. And I think it must be easier just to place it down. Problem is where I'm gonna place it down. I think I'm gonna put it there. There you go. So now let's bring the Recasaurus. So as you can see, maybe you can't see, but it does have some nice big medium thrusters. On the back and in the front it has the XL. The scope is where the bridge is. It's going down. On top I have a bunch of minigun turrets. In the front I have the manual weapons, the rockets and the plasmas. And inside that little black box I think I have a few rocket turrets. So So it's kind of sitting down on the Dagonaut. So as you can see here in the front, he has a big old thruster. It's really fast. The acceleration is just tremendous. It must be even better than in the Dagonaut, because the ship is also completely made out of carbon. It doesn't have any steel at all. And it has this big old thruster, so it has a bunch of these manual weapons. In here, I think that's a rocket turret and a couple plasmas. I have more manuals here in the side. And here in the back, it's all just minigun turrets. They're on top and on the side. And definitely this is not a very good place. We can't really see much. But it has nice deco. It's completely made out of carbon, as I said before. And I don't think it really has landing gears. I built this a while ago, so I'm kind of trying to remember. But I do have an entrance on the bottom here, with an access to an elevator. And I also have a few crew, which I would like you to meet. I like some of them, others not so much, but they do work on the ship, so yeah. These barrels, I think they give a nice touch. They look like nitro boosts or something. And yeah, I have nice thrust capacity. There's another quick access to the bridge right through here, because the bridge of course is right here in the front. And I believe those are the two entrances. I don't think there are anymore. So I'm gonna give some fuel to it, place it on a better spot. I think I might bring it actually closer to the base and show you inside. And there it is. It's powered up. It just consumed 31 oxygen bottles. So I'm wearing a couple jetpack boots, mobility and multi-boosts. I think I might be able to get on top of... almost. Let's see, let's get on top of this thruster. Of this turret, I mean. And there you go. It's quite large. I mean, it's a CV. And I'm just walking over... so there's the bridge, we can see it from here. And I'm gonna try to go around. Might be better to go from the top. Oh yeah, the gravity in this planet is quite low, so it's kind of helpful. Get on the ladder, and up we go. Hello Bronson, how you doing? You doing good? Nice. Long time no see. There you go. So this is the access to the bridge. And we can see to the front, which is kind of nice, but of course it's a little bit better to actually fly like this. Oh, here it is, the AV-LM gunship. So with this ship I have the ability to fight everywhere. It's not nearly as powerful as the Dagonaut, as you can see by the amount of turrets, but I can fight wherever I want. In case I fight a ship, I don't have to come back and get the Dagonaut, you know. And if I find a nice POI, I can always go in, because I believe I have 8 minigun turrets. Let's check the devices. Let's close it all up. Let's see. Oh, I can actually check on the statistics, right? Yeah, it's much better. So 1 rocket turret, 2 plasmas. These are the manuals. I have 8 minigun turrets. The recipe is not that bad, because it doesn't take a lot of iron. Of course, it takes a little bit of Russian Zascosium and Neo because of the big thrusters, but the iron is quite low. The carbon substrate is not that hard to make, it's just 4,000. So it's a tier 4, because in fact it's not that hard to reach tier 4, right? If you just put down a few XL thrusters, look at that. It's also almost 2 million just because of 3 XL thrusters. So it's not hard to reach a tier 4 class. So in terms of the devices, let me show you what I got going on here. I only got 3 generators and I think it's enough. Each one of them produces 25 kpu, which is way too much. I don't think I even need all 3. But they're in, so let's keep them where they are. Let's go for the most important. For example, the capacity. It has almost a full capacity ammo box. Then I have a couple fridges and a few boxes. It's not that much. It's not that much. It's basically just for the essentials. Guns, ammo, fuel, the fridge and the ammo. But if I'm not mistaken, I think I have a food processor and everything to do meds and food. Yeah, I do have a food processor on this one. I have O2 stations, I have O2 tanks, 4 of them. It's ventilated, the ship, we can walk around without a helmet, and it has a couple spotlights, the manual weapons. It has, of course, the warp drive, and it's a really nice ship. It flies very well, it's very fast. The yaw and stuff is just tremendous, and I really like the look of it. It doesn't look like a ship at all. It really looks like a gun, and that's what I was going for. To have the look of a gun, that it's actually a ship. So there you go. So I'm gonna need a bunch of 15 mil for the minigun turrets. I think I can transfer. So let's go into the Dagonots, into the ammo box. This one. But this is not for the manual. But I do have one plasma turret, so I think, well, it's already 40,000, so one should be enough. Yeah, I think it is. Because I also need some rockets. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. And then I have for the manual weapons. Somewhere. There they are. I think I'm gonna bring a couple. I don't have artilleries. And I think I might bring a little bit more rockets. Couple stacks of rockets. But yeah, because of the manual, that's why I need all these rockets. Because this is just for the turret. These two are for the manual pulse lasers. And I'm also gonna need 15 mil, so now I'm gonna go back to the base. Trying to place down an LMG on a bunch of solar panels. And the yaw and stuff is a little bit too fast, so I think I might actually... the roll actually. Let's put it down a little bit, because it's a little bit intense. Look at that thing. I think it must have collided with it a little bit. I don't think I have a lot of landing gears, so let me just show you around too. I have a nice view to the outside. I forgot to put in a block to cover up that motion sensor. That's okay. So here we have a nice production. This is... I'll ask him later. So I have here the production stuff with a nice constructor. That guy is also there too. I'm gonna have to figure out everybody's name. I haven't seen him in a while, you know. And down here I have my personal quarters with everything. The fridges. I have a nice bathroom here. And a nice shower and a toilet. Everything, the bed. I have a few more guards here. This is basically the med room with auto station. And here in the back, I actually did a full video about this ship. In case you want to see, you can go to my playlist of the CV's playlist, and you can check the video in full detail about this ship. But I'm just showing it again. Here is just a room where I got the structures with a few decos. I think it looks pretty cool. And simple thing. And here I should have access to the exit, to the outside, I mean. Yeah, we can see the back of the turrets here. I kinda like this idea. I think it's cool. And there you go. I can exit through here. Is that a landing gear? No, I have no landing gears on the ship. I think I just couldn't figure out where to put them. I think that's the reason. Okay, so it's recharging a little bit, so I think I'm gonna take the opportunity to craft some ammo, and it's gonna have to stay in the same box, but it should be okay. So let's... no, for a capital vessel. Steel plates. Iron. I do have more in the Dagonauts, so I think I'm gonna bring a little bit more iron. I don't really need it in the Dagonaut for now. And I'm kinda thinking, should I bring resources in the gunship? Because I'm gonna bring ammo, and this will also be the loot box. So maybe it's not... I'm probably not gonna have enough room for everything, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about it. So let's bring all the iron. Let's also bring some cobalt that I don't have here. A little bit more of this. I'm gonna leave some stuff behind. And I think... what I should bring in the ship, I think, is pentaxid, because obvious reasons, and also some promethium. So let's see, can I reach it? I can. I think I'm gonna bring some promethium and pentaxid. I have a constructor in case I need to. I can craft it. And oh yeah, I have there the steel plates, so I think I'm gonna put them all here. The nitrocelluloses. Because if I'm gonna go on a little bit of a trip, I think I can actually empty everything out from the Dagonaut. But I'm gonna fill up this whole box. No, I'm not, because this one is not completely... Yeah, so let's put it all in. There you go. No more problems at all. Nice. Should be able to craft a bunch of it now. So let's go here. 15 mil. The 15 mil it doesn't take a lot of room in the box. So I think I can craft just a bunch of it. For 8 turrets, they're gonna use up a lot of this ammo. So let me actually turn it off so I can count. So like this is 10,000. It's 2.5 stacks. So I think I'm gonna go with 5 stacks. 10 stacks. 10 stacks of 15 mil, because each stack is 4,000. So 40,000 should be 10 stacks. I think it should be okay. I really do. I have steel plates, I have extra iron. It takes also nitrocelluloses. I have more than 2 stacks of nitrocelluloses, and in case I need to, I have more wood logs. And yeah, it's just the logs to make more nitrocelluloses. So I think I should be okay for these 10 stacks here. So there it is. It was a lot of things bringing into these last couple episodes. Well, maybe not a lot of things, maybe just 2 things. A base and a ship. But it's gonna be fun. Because the 1.8, I think it's still gonna be maybe a couple of weeks to drop into stable version. I might start a new season when 1.8 comes to stable, so I still have a little bit of time to play on this one, so I definitely want to play with this ship. I think it looks cool, and I'm gonna think about who I'm gonna attack, because definitely I'm gonna attack somebody. I can just keep mining and exploring, because it's fun. I'm enjoying exploring in these last few episodes, but I'm also missing a little bit of attacking someone, getting to a dungeon, getting to a POI, stealing their shit, and using the weapons. And there you go. It's the AV-LM gunship. This base is still not in the workshop. I'm gonna try to finish it, texture it, and also improve it a little bit with an extra fuel tank, and maybe a little bit other things. And when it's done, I'm probably gonna make a dedicated video to this little base and place it on the workshop in case you wanna play with it. There you go. I really enjoy. I just hope I would have a little bit more solar output in this moon, but it could be worse. Thank you for watching, and until next time.